Amazing. Rocky, I want to see you.
I really don't think they flew 90 billion light years to start a fight.
Some sexual days so long gone, can't bring them back, no magic wand. Counting white cotton clouds, painted on the blue sky's crowd. And yet somehow that way is fate, with eternal hopeful flair. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice creams, yeah. Can't wait to be a 3 days of you and me. I'm sailing. I just can't wait for 3 days of you and me.
He's been cited by Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, Benny Johnson, Timcast, Dr. Jordan Peterson, and even the U.S. government.
But soon they'll wake up to see the summer sizzles in me.
We're doomed. Will this never end?
Dire wolves back and so are you.
Oh yeah,
Belvedere flying so the moon.
oh yeah.
And everyone's singing just the right tune. Maestro blasting on the jazz flute.
We are all participating in mandatory fun activities.
Jelly bean bonus, every flavor in the bag. Super movie star, but first gotta join SAG.
Keep our eyes open.
Wonder Ken, super friend, where are you? Get a search warrant for the near clear blue.
It's scooping time.
And can't you believe that? We've been waiting on you, can't you see that? Put away the bad things they said to you.
You are a sad, strange little man. Have my
After all, just have to call and say you're some kind of
Because you are the special.
epic. Epic, yeah, that's what you do. I'm talking about epic, it's all you know how to do.
You wake up blue to
Epic, it's on repeat for you. Oh, epic. Epic.
Hear ye, come on, to the never stopping daily strife, and it's called simpler times, they beckon so, floating on the water with no phone. Can we get away now, find a way now, somehow step out of this stream into a dream of slow it down. Jay says that he remembers a place before the never, ever river severed our tranquility. Counting cars by Highway 30, sitting in the porch swing, guessing colors so poorly. Yeah. Is the next one a blue or red one? Maybe silver, maybe gray. What a way to spend a day.
Ladies
and gentlemen, it's the WDW Pro Show!
Purple potatoes, fried green tomatoes, arugula. Hey, what's up?
When injustice strikes, I strike back.
Culture, casino, let's go. Culture, casino, let's go. When the EMS tries their best, strap him down, check his chest. Culture, casino, casino, culture, casino, casino.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday. You are almost to the weekend, and we are going to begin to break down the news you need to know. It's a big day today. I will be doing the show, and Culture's here with us, but I'm going to run after this show and go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, get ready for the live review tonight. The Pro Show never ends. And Culture, as we get started today, we got the same problem we had last night. Looks like notifications didn't go out, but folks, that's okay, because just like last night, the audience continued to grow and grow and grow as people found out, hey, Pro's live, I didn't get my notification, and we'll be A-okay. So consider yourselves the lucky early ones, the VIPs. And Culture, you're a VIP to me.
I don't know about that, but what I do know is I'm sad. You want to know why?
Why are you sad?
Because I think that was the last time I get to see that intro.
Not true, Culture.
Oh!
One more night. Tonight is still July. So we do the Pro Show one more time tonight. The full intro, one final time, and then it's gone. It's archived until next year. Maybe there'll be some updates, but we go back to the normal intro starting next week.
So summer's officially over as far as you're concerned.
You shut your mouth, sir. Pro loves summer. I love summer, okay? I mean, listen, people talk about, oh, I love fall. Oh, I love the pumpkin spice and the cool breeze. Oh, I love spring. Oh, I love watching the flowers come up. I'm like, no, I love summer, and I want summer back. I don't want summer to go away. Give me my summer, please.
Yeah, I like summer. I actually like all the seasons as long as I can grow things. If I can grow things, I'm good.
Now, Culture, we have a great panel waiting to join us, and they're not going to.
What?
Jonas is back there. Jonas is back. We got Nat and the guy. We have some other panelists who may be joining us in just a few.
Ooh.
Culture, there's a reason that it's just you and me right now.
Why?
I don't think they can handle the story I'm about to put up on the screen.
Oh, no. What do we
You're
got?
the only one.
Is it Spider-Man?
Culture, could you describe what you see on the screen there for me, please?
Some kind of weird robot demon? That's really weird.
Let me read it to you, Culture, okay? This is real. Folks, this is not a joke. We didn't AI this. Nobody photoshopped. Polymarket. New California startup. Satiris unveils a 2-meter tall, some might say 6 foot tall centaur robot designed to enter disaster zones too dangerous for humans. So, Culture, basically what we're saying here is if there's a situation in which, there's fires, there's a tornado, somebody decided the only thing that they could send in there was a demon goat man with a chainsaw. And frankly, I see nothing worrisome about this.
I've seen something like this in an illustrated Bible, and it doesn't mean it's good. This doesn't look good for us at all.
I want to know what demented soul said, we need a robot that makes people feel safe and rescues kids from disaster zones. Can we get a demon centaur? Can we do that? Looks like this thing should be a final boss to Mortal Kombat.
Or something. This is terrifying. This does not send the signal of safety to me. Now, if it were a unicorn, we could have conversation. But no, this doesn't work at all. It's the wrong color. Also, if you want to send a positive message to the recipients of whatever aid this is supposedly going to provide, it should be white.
Hey, Culture, I'm getting it in my headset here. They want in.
Okay.
They want to comment on this.
All right.
I thought as the guy who throws EMTs around and a man of the outdoors, you were the only one capable of really handling the fear that is inspired by this thing. But Fine, we'll hear what they have to say about it.
So
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, now, Dusty Bun.
Wait. Okay.
Jonas, Nat, behold the face of your robo-savior one day.
It's the end times. Of course, it's from California as well, I was noticing.
Yes, of course it came out of California.
Are people supposed to ride this thing? I'm very confused.
Yes, they ride. Honey, grab hold of the demon deer centaur and ride out of here. He's got a chainsaw. Clearly he's safe.
Mr. Tumnus, after he passed away, they said we can rebuild him stronger than before.
are you sure this might be Mr. Tumnus from Greta Gerwig's horror movie that she's coming out with? I don't know. This is insane.
I am the Tumnus Nader. Jonas, get us the super chats, please. This is better than the guy who was selling chili out of his crock pot at the movie theaters last night.
I'm still bewildered by you saying that summer is better than fall, but whatever. Chris Dickerson for $2. Happy birthday, Bingcon Pro.
Did you see that? Did you see that our good friend Blinkon? It's his birthday, 24th birthday, Jonas.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
People will never appreciate how I, in a very quick dash, turned that into a widescreen clip. It's a work of good editing. No AI.
Well
Juliet,
played.
For £2. Evening WDW Pro Panel and Pro Rights.
Good to see you. Welcome aboard again, Juliet.
Pro Ritas, yeah. Bingcon, yes. Happy 24th birthday to you.
Indeed.
Mark Fields for $2. Positive vibes to you all. Have a beautiful day. And says the killer tomatoes are coming.
Attack of the killer tomatoes. And what will save you? Demon deer centaur with its chainsaw will slash through the evil killer tomatoes and bring you to safety. Powered by kumquats.
I mean, they just really can't stay away from the satanic imagery, can they?
No.
Hey, I've decided, Mark Fields always stops by and does this. We need a special Mark Fields clip that plays before he comes in. We don't have enough clips, and Jonas has told me that. So I'm gonna succumb to your opinion, Jonas, and agree.
Something like that, yes. I agree. Kaylee for 5 eggs erroneous. It's made with powdered eggs and herbs and spices smuggled into this country by Tibetan monks. Ernest goes to camp 40 in 2027. You know what I mean?
That was good. Still deserves an Oscar for the song when he's crying in the rain, and the rain is hiding his tears.
Yeah. My favorite is Ernest Scared Stupid, though, personally. Wow, Man of Yavin, member for 32 months. All right, story sharing time. Busch Gardens, Virginia, couldn't find our car in the lot. It starts pouring middle of the lot. Daughter tells me, Dad, we're under a tornado warning right now, because of course we are. That happened. Well, you really are a wild man, aren't you?
I hope by now that you finally dried out the clothes. I'm imagining that you were quite soaked at that, but hey, that will be a great family story for decades to come.
Yeah.
By the way, Jonas, we've just topped 400 in the audience despite notifications not working for whatever reason. So, folks, we're so happy that you are finding us across the Tiggity Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, and everywhere else we might be. And Ernest Saves Christmas is the best.
Mm-hmm. Kaylee for $5. Pro, did you know Spoderman was out yesterday in the UK? Also, not just China. That not holiday weekend is here all 5 days. Look at that.
Yep, Spider-Man has released in different parts of the world. China is the big barometer that people are paying attention to. It looks like it's going to do exceedingly well, and that usually means it's going to do well in the other locations. So $250 million is the current projection for the total box office haul in all of China for its entire run. It's going to do more than, well, now they're saying maybe up to 40 million in China over the weekend. So Spider-Man actually is gaining strength. It's a Cat 5 Spider-Man now.
Yeah, and who doesn't trust the Chinese barometer? Mags London, member for 12. Pro, you can have our summer. I'm ready for rain. Well,
I feel like this is a song.
Apparently Wild Man of Yavin is not ready for the rain.
Move to Virginia. They got that.
Yep. Burnouts for 5. Say what you will about Jeffrey Katzenberg. I'm glad we're talking about Jeffrey Katzenberg. I was worried when I saw the word Jeffrey. It took guts to leave Disney, sue them, and start up DreamWorks, all out of spite. Spite is a powerful tool.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey Katzenberg is a complicated guy, as most people are. So I don't hold him in like some sort of binary good, bad, view of his life and his career. Complicated.
You don't know enough about Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Complicated.
Yeah.
What do you, Jonas? Just because he stole your number 2 Uno card, it was the green one. You needed it. You don't have to hold a grudge against him forever.
We're not going to go to. He did come up with Quibi. Right before he was a little too early on Quibi. So Patrick Ganaway for $5. Check out the name of the company that made that abomination. Satyrs. Oh, so they're obsessed with satyrs.
It'd be more funny if they were satirists.
Patrick Ganaway also gives 5 WDW Pro memberships.
Thank you, Henry.
Chemical sunshine. Professor says pay no mind.
Wolf of McGruffle III, on a related note, I've been thinking for years, is there still a RAM shortage? Why don't they just make more? It's difficult to spin that up, and I think some of them are biblical people, and they're hoping that God will provide the RAM.
I had a serious thought. It's gone.
We went full Bible today. This is crazy stuff.
We're doing Abraham jokes now, eh?
Yeah, that's great. Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle gifted 5 WDW Pro memberships and says for $5, with the wild success of Nolan's Odyssey, it's finally time. Renew the Acolyte.
Please.
And double its budget. Oh,
Please.
That would
triple
be
it.
So helpful. Just imagine the stories they could tell. With
the stories.
Budget.
And Amanda may need the work anyway.
7 steps, all 7 steps ahead.
Look at him go. Juliet for £5, 60 million pre-sales for Spider-Man US. The rest of the world around 40 million pre-sale tickets. It's going to do well.
Well, okay, let me run the numbers on that real quick in the U.S. Let's assume those numbers are right. Juliet's great, so I'm not going to doubt this time. 60 million, which seems like a lot for pre-sales in the U.S. I'll just tell you, that seems like a big number to me, but let's go with it. Let's multiply that by the average ticket price, not the Odyssey. Remember, the Odyssey average ticket price is like $25, which is crazy. Average ticket price right now in the U.S., I believe, is $16.75. That would put... That would put Spider-Man over $1 billion domestic on pre-sales alone. I think we're a little high, but I don't doubt Juliet.
All right. Sean Hayhurst gifted 5 WDW Pro memberships.
Well, let me tell you, it's great to see a name like Sean Hayhurst out there gifting those memberships, folks. Get your shades ready.
Every time a membership is gifted, a content creator gets his wings.
Was that gendered language?
We're not at Magic Kingdom, Dad.
Lovely. Gilead for $5. Satirus is some kind of personal attack. Also, is that the name of Wilton's girlfriend?
I'm pretty sure this is Wilton's girlfriend now that I think about it. This is definitely what Wilton would have as a mate. Where's Steve so we can get confirmation that this is a thing now?
Amazing.
I want, okay. Sometimes Wilton is funny. Mostly he's not. I want a song. I want to take this picture. I want to make an entire music video of Wilton singing his love and admiration for the Terminator style Mr. Tumblus with a chainsaw.
Mr. Tumnus with a chainsaw. And then here he is. He brings the whirlwind with him. A Wild Man of Yavin gifting 20 WDW Pro memberships.
It's a typhoon!
It was a peaceful planet until he arrived. Then he brought wild to our skies.
big.
Oh, wow.
What a great way to start the day. Folks, you're the sunshine out there, I just tell you. Jonas, we've got 500 joining us right now across all the platforms. 500, and I got to say, notifications? We don't need no stinky notifications.
We should just build our own app to force notifications or something. It's so annoying.
I feel like I've had this conversation with some of you before.
I'm going to write down, Dear Jonas, remember your ND. How do you spell A? Oh, A.
A.
All right, folks, we're going to start off with a story that gets us absolutely no views every time we cover it. Why? Because it's darn important, that's why. And who cares if the algorithm screws us on this particular topic? It's screwing everybody because apparently YouTube doesn't want us to talk about this. But we got to because it's important. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to talk about the one and only Dr. Anthony Fauci. Well, TMZ is having a heck of a time right now explaining the difference in their reaction to Charlie Kirk being deleted and Anthony Fauci. Folks, you just don't hate the media enough. We'll explain why, and get ready, get set, because by the end of this, don't go anywhere. When I show you an uncovered video from Anthony Fauci from the 90s, it is going to make your blood boil. Here we go. Here's TMZ on the different reaction. Left side is going to be when they find out that Charlie Kirk's life has ended. The right side is going to be when they find out that Anthony Fauci has been caught lying with his journals, diaries, and Congress is unhappy about it.
Janet, go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
Hear the cheers? One more time. Let's just let it, just hear them.
Go to,
one more time. Skip it ahead.
I had many friends who died of AIDS, a horrible, painful death. And I had friends who lived because of Anthony Fauci.
Pause! You see, the left side is deleting of Charlie Kirk and the cheers that come out in TMZ. The right side is the same guy, Mr. Harvey himself. Not that Harvey, different Harvey. This is new Harvey, who, by the way, is apparently taking his prescription meds with Cholula, which, well, that'll put hair on your chest if you survive. But he's crying because he says that Anthony Fauci saved people who had AIDS back in the day. Okay, back in the day, Anthony Fauci was saving people who had AIDS, his friends, and so he's out there to defend Anthony Fauci and say, how dare you put him in Congress and put him under oath, and how dare you not like him? Well, just get ready, because I made promises and I mean to keep them. This is from ABC News from a long, long time ago. This is Anthony Fauci with darker hair. This is Anthony Fauci, a younger man. And one of the first things he worked on was the outbreak of AIDS. I want you to listen to what Anthony Fauci was actually saying about AIDS back in the day, because I want you to hear how much damage this man did to people who had AIDS and everybody in society who suddenly acted like they had leprosy because of this man. This man, I'm telling you, there is something dark and sinister in this man that the media has covered up for.
Say from the disease, this brings in the implications that there are other ways, just plain close contact. And given the long incubation period of this disease, we may be starting to see, as we're seeing virtually as the months go by, other groups that can be involved. And seeing it in children is really quite disturbing.
When you say other close contact, give me some examples.
Well, for example, if the close contact of a child is a household contact, perhaps there will be a certain number of cases of individual who are just living with and in close contact with someone with AIDS or at risk of AIDS, who does not necessarily have to have intimate sexual contact or share a needle, but just the ordinary close contact that one sees in normal interpersonal relationships. Now, that's say from the...
Let's just pause there for a minute and just soak that in, that this is a man who spread the lie. I mean, I don't know how we did this for decades. This is the sinister man who spread for decades that AIDS could be passed just by passing by someone with AIDS. This guy is the reason that people who had AIDS, some of them for engaging in certain activities, some at the time, because, there was a medical procedure, nobody knew about AIDS, there were transfusions happening, and so people got AIDS innocently, totally innocently. We're not engaged in any kind of promiscuity. This is a guy who was telling you, don't go near them. Don't let your kids go near them. They'll get AIDS too. He's been doing this for decades. And Harvey and the rest of the media have been covering up for him while they celebrate the deaths of good people who tried to tell the truth. Panel, anybody, whoever wants to go with this one, have at it. I've got more stuff to play on this, but the media, this has been decades of total corruption. And I think there are lives and people's psyches, people's their souls have been damaged by the media protecting this man.
Yeah, this is one of those instances where he was the most trusted scientific bureaucrat in the entire world, and it seems like all of the trust that was given to him was incorrect, because he's either incompetent or maybe he's got some kind of bad motives. Maybe I just get this crazy idea that maybe he is so arrogant that he thinks he knows what's best for billions of people, and that he's more interested in having some posters of himself on the wall, getting his name out there in the papers. And I can't say anything else under advice of counsel.
I think he's a sociopath.
Enact my Fifth Amendment rights or something like that.
I think he's a sociopath. I think he actually lacks the ability to care about other humans. They're just.
I would take it one step further and call him a megalomaniac.
Could be.
I think this is the kind of guy, if he were in a global leadership position, would cause extreme harm to many more than he already has in the course of his career.
Nat, I'm going to tell you about a study, because and we're doing this from the lens of media. Okay, I don't want to get into the politics of it. I just want to say what a corrupt media worldwide we have had. This guy was celebrated as a saint. As a saint. This was the man that he was beyond reproach. If you dared say anything about him, you too were evil. This guy, Nat, and they knew this. This guy ran a test. And the test was they put little puppy beagles and they tied them up where they couldn't move, and they let the beagles be eaten, their faces be eaten by insects. And because the cries of the puppies were too loud for the researchers, because it tormented them, they removed their vocal cords to solve that problem. I don't have an ability to say how evil the media has become, and I think this is example number one of where the media is.
And also the crazy part is, well, number one, as you were mentioning, he was essentially sainted. They had prayer candles with his face on it, which is insane to me. But also the parallels that we saw already between the AIDS crisis and epidemic and how he was handling it, and also at the beginning and during the jibby jab era, as we call it, all the parallels that were showing up anyways. And a lot of people were saying, well, don't look there, and that's not true, and that never happened. But a lot of people, even within the community that remembered, the few that did survive after the epidemic, came out to say this is an evil man, and they were also not listened to. They were told to shut up.
And he rose to the top, put his wife in charge of things so that it was very difficult to remove him. And we see what happens. There is a consequence to putting incompetence, and worse, in charge of things. All right, let's continue on here, because this is what the media doesn't want to tell you now. Media does not want to report on this. You have to go to places like X, over to news, to get this stuff. RFK Jr. reveals the single most disturbing thing he discovered in Anthony Fauci's diaries. Says this is peak hypocrisy, know where they put it. What he's going to talk about, we're going to play the video out of Fox News. Anthony Fauci took the jab. Anthony Fauci told everybody the jab was safe. I'm not going to weigh in on whether it is or not. Folks, you've already made up your mind. I'm not moving you. That's okay. We're past that. But what is true, what is important to know, is that one of the criticisms of the jab was that it could cause cardiological events. Dr. Fauci, who I am hesitant to now say doctor, he had one of those cardiological events. And Dr. Fauci lied to the American people and didn't tell them that after receiving the jab that he had an adverse reaction. He refused to tell it. He told the opposite. Here's the video from Fox News covering RFK.
That was new to me in his diary was his admission that he got pulmonary infarction in July of 2021 after receiving the vaccine. So he took the Moderna vaccine on national TV, telling in a very, very highly publicized press conference to show people that was safe. Then he got one of the primary, most expected adverse events, which was potentially deadly blood clots in his lung, myocardial infarction. He kept that secret from the American public, and we only learned about it because of his diary. He was getting the best medical treatment that is available to anybody in the world at Walter Reed and all these other centers. There were doctors fawning over him. Meanwhile, he was telling other people to take this product and concealing the fact that he himself, after announcing this press conference to show it was safe, had actually gotten very, very sick from an injury that was highly expected and highly likely to be caused by the vaccine.
Could have killed him, but he's got the greatest doctors. Did you and your family members? And if you had reactions like he knew people were having because he had it, you were told to shut up. Okay, so total failure of the media, and it can damage the channel for us to cover this still, and that's okay, because we have to talk about this. We have to talk about just what a failure the media has been. And when we talk about the dinosaur going extinct media, the reason we take joy in their extinction is because they need to go extinct, because they allowed this to happen. They allowed this. They turned this man into a god, and he is anything but. Rather than trying to solve the disease, he was lying about the disease. Rather than spending every waking hour trying to figure out how to save the lives of people in nursing homes, he was fawning over which celebrity had just contacted him. We've already covered that. We won't retread it again. Culture, this is I think the final indictment, and anybody who doesn't understand it anymore, is probably beyond us being able to reach out and get them. They're not going to come out of the bubble and wake up. They're in the old media matrix, and we're not going to be able to get them out of there. But I think the majority has woken up. Your thoughts on whether the majority has figured out the media is totally corrupt?
Well, I think that's true. I think we've been looking at a corrupt media for a long period of time, whether it be CNN, which, obviously they're trying to retain through an ownership exchange, by delaying it. But, everything that's being driven right now in the news cycle has some element to do with politics. And unfortunately, it's crossed over into news. So you have incredibly slanted news outlets, and it doesn't matter what country you're in. You could be in Canada. You could be in the UK. You could be, in any one of these other countries that has state-funded media. And then you have NPR, which we're trying to, eliminate here in this country. But regardless, the problem is even the corporate media is corrupted. And you cannot take what they say as well, a fact. And we're constantly fact-checking our news sources, including, obviously, you highlight this ABC News, video from way back when. But, these things don't occur in a vacuum. People are now more aware, and we're able to share that information via free speech on platforms like X. And I think that if it weren't for Elon right now, we'd be living in a darkness without candles. That, like I said, Elon may have preserved the last candle in a wild darkness. So,
final question for the panel. Anybody who wants it can have at it. Everybody can have at it. I find the level of corruption is so mind-boggling to me, because the same media that today would tell you that it was evil to shun people who had AIDS and stay away from them and treat them the way that they were treated. The same media that would tell you that was done by rednecks and ignorant flyover country folks. No, it was Anthony Fauci, literally speaking from a position of authority, telling people, keep your kids away from the people with AIDS. Oh, your grandparent needed a transfusion, and at a time when we didn't know what was going on, was given blood that had AIDS in it. Now your grandmother has AIDS. Keep the kids away from her. Anthony Fauci. The level of inconsistency, incongruity with the way the media has thought, it is just power. It is just power for them.
What's also insane is that it's this same, it's the same media that continues to push and to obviously spread a narrative about the current administration. And when I was talking about this with people that I might disagree politically with mostly on, but still friends, we were debating this issue and they were saying, yes, but it's the current administration that is bringing all this information up. So how trustworthy is it? So the cognitive dissonance that has been put into people, not just regarding this, but everything, and the trust some people still place on the media and still refuse to see, partly probably because of the sunken cost of the decisions they took because of the media. Well, now, thanks to the cognitive dissonance, they kind of have to continue to go along with it and still not believe what is now right before their eyes, which I think is maybe even more of a damage to a lot of people within society that still go along with it because they've been told to.
This is a great point. Because we're living in a time right now where Trump could come out and say, don't put a paperclip in the electrical outlet. And there would be half the country sticking paperclips in the electrical outlet, some of them video and be like, I'm not getting shocked.
I mean, we've seen the videos of pregnant
Tylenol.
women taking large amounts of Tylenol.
Not that we would recommend such a thing.
No, I absolutely would not recommend that to a pregnant woman.
Mass formation psychosis. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that we have seen in our lifetime people completely lose all relationship with logic in order to hold on to some sort of quasi-religious belief system propagated by the media. And folks, what we should do with that then is recognize that this is part of the human psyche and that we're not immune to it either, right? We're all pretty darn similar. So this is the story of Star Wars too, right? The darkness resides inside you. So we need to recognize this is a thing that can happen and we need to defend against it. The best defense against it is to never let the media be a monolith again. Never, ever, ever. We must have disagreement. We must have conflict online. It's crazy to say, but free speech being offensive actually really matters. We must have offense. We must be able to get on each other's nerves and hold different opinions. And some of us are going to be terribly wrong. And that is necessary to stop a much greater evil that we've just seen. Culture, did you want the final word on that?
No, I'm just, my take's going to be the one that you've always heard, which is we live in an era of postmodern neo-Marxists who are only using control and coercion as the tools to overthrow our modern culture.
Power, baby, power. The woke media is being disassembled, deconstructed, and the media has no idea how to attack the man who's behind it. It's an exclusive. We'll tell you what's really going on. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting on parts of it, but we will connect all the dots. Eric Hayden is here, BuzzFeed, HuffPost, and Tasty to lay off 180 staffers. But pay attention to BuzzFeed. The move marks a major restructuring at the Byron Allen-controlled media company. Interesting. Well, who is this man? In the first major restructuring move of Byron Allen's ownership tenure, BuzzFeed is set for a significant round of layoffs with some 180 staffers to be given pink slips company-wide, the Hollywood Reporter has learned. BuzzFeed, which you all know is crazy, ultra, way out there left, across all of its units had approximately 510 employees prior to the cuts. The company said it expects to see $29 million to $32 million in annualized savings from the move to cut staff. It said in a filing with the SEC Commission on Monday. The layoffs amount to a 35% reduction in staff for the media brand that owns HuffPost, Tasty, and BuzzFeed. Okay, well, that's interesting. Take a look. Deadline reporting. That's 35% of the staff, but look who's doing it. This is Byron Allen. Now, why would the media, let me think about this. Why would the media not, for the people listening, it's going to be really confusing. We'll explain in just a second. Why would the media not be able to attack this man as some sort of MAGA ogre who's trying to, send us back to the Stone Age? Oh, because he's black. That's why they can't. But you know what? This guy is doing far more than just cutting at BuzzFeed. Going to the Daily Beast because they love it when we cover their stuff. Ebony Boykin Patterson is the author here because she loves it when we cover her stuff. CBS hands Colbert's replacement massive primetime gift. Well,
there it is.
Who is Colbert's replacement? Jonas, who is it?
So this is CBS, which was losing, I think, $40 million a year, or was it just $20 million a year?
40 to 60.
Colbert on the air. They sold that slot to Byron Allen instead of trying to replace it with another host, and so they're already making money immediately because they just sold that spot to Byron Allen and let him program it how he sees fit.
Stephen Colbert's time slot replacement is getting a major push in the form of a primetime special. He's getting a primetime special. CBS announced on Wednesday that Byron Allen, the billionaire who purchased the Late Show's airtime for his Comics Unleashed and Funny You Should Ask series, will get a 20th anniversary special for the former to air on September 29th. The comedy series, which Allen hosts and executive produces, features a rotating group of stand-up comedians who perform bits and swap stories. It began airing nightly in the Late Show's vacated 11:35 p.m. slot after the show was canceled in May. So the guy who made Stephen Colbert go away is the same guy who's slashing jobs at BuzzFeed, the same guy who is taking budgets out of the HuffPost, and they have no idea what to do, what to say, because Byron is black. And they are like a deer in headlights right now, Culture. They don't know how to defend themselves. They are totally and utterly confused about what to do.
Well, he's a brilliant man. And I mean, he was one of the people that were out there trying to buy up one of the syndication groups, right?
Yep.
One of the station syndication groups. He's always kind of making moves in the background to try to maximize his brand and expand his empire. And they have a problem with that. This is a very successful man. You know, it only matters to them what his color is and why, you know, they don't want to be called hypocrites for attacking him. That's really all they're worried about, right? Is the optics of it all. But here, he saved CBS like $40 million a year, as you guys already commented on, by getting rid of that show and giving them money to put on his own shows. But you're talking about a show that had $100 million budget, plus they were paying $15 million a year to Colbert. They have a net profit coming in on a time slot where they were losing money. This is a big win for them and for him. On top of all of that, he is doing the probably the best work we've seen inside media organizations as we start to see the slow dismantlement of Ariana Huffington's Huffington Post or HuffPost, which is a complete garbage or was a complete garbage organization. Consider how many times these little elements like Tasty and BuzzFeed and all of these have changed hands and why they have. And it's because they don't make money. They lose money. And we're starting to see what the real consequences of poor digital media are as all of these outlets are starting to slowly disappear. And, you know, largely Byron Allen is out there to make money. So what do you think he's going to do with these organizations after cutting staff? He's going to invest in what's profitable and cut the rest of what's not. And this is the kind of culling that needs to happen at all media organizations so they can become more trustworthy.
So, Nat, the other thing that's throwing them for a loop, this is a man who does not talk about politics. The closest he's ever come is he says that presidents are hired help for the time they're in office, but he doesn't ascribe to any political party. He doesn't believe in weighing in on politics. He avoids it completely. He's a businessman. And so, Nat, partly what they can't wrap their head around is he just took a $40 to $60 million loss for CBS and transformed it into a $15 million gain. That's a huge gulf. I mean, the swing there, it sounds like, well, he's just getting them $15 million. Oh, no. No. That's like, you know, a $70 million switcheroo. And so what are they going to do with a guy who does not look like the kind of guy they can attack? They're being dismantled by a man that they don't think they can attack back, Nat. It's delicious. It's wonderful.
I think maybe that was the way to go. That's the game plan. And he's doing it perfectly and in a very silent, covert way where they really can't protest against it. And I do kind of fully agree with his president's comment. But also, I thought BuzzFeed had already gone belly up. And to see the name still out there is insane to me. But I mean, this might just be the way. And exactly the fact that he doesn't talk about politics, I think makes it even more special, because I'm sure they would want him to, just to do it for them and to do it for their causes, and to see a businessman, which they really don't like anyways, go do the things that businessmen should be doing, which is making more profit and money for the shareholders and themselves, is probably really getting up in their nerves. But right now when we're seeing a rise in communism in certain sectors, it's good to see the pushback coming from someone they themselves have told themselves they can't really criticize.
Those are great points. Jonas, the danger for Byron Allen at this point, though, is that he's going to reach the level where they're not happy that he just took out Stephen Colbert. They're not happy that he's taking out BuzzFeed. They're he's going to get to the point. And so I want to ask you about this, because there was a man like him. We believe probably the most powerful black man in Hollywood was Kareem Daniels at Disney. Can you walk us through what happened to him when he dared become a centrist in Hollywood as a black man?
Right. For those of you out there who are not aware of Kareem Daniel, he was basically placed in charge of the entire entertainment division for Disney under Bob Chapek. And Bob Chapek was so gleeful because he couldn't be the one to fire Bob Chapek. When Bob Iger came in his first day, the first thing he did was fire Kareem Daniel, the most powerful black executive in Hollywood. And it doesn't get talked about enough when we talk about the actions that Bob Iger has taken within that company, the constant bringing up of Black Panther as if no one wanted to see a Black Panther movie. It was a revolutionary idea to have a movie with a black action star, where the black action star does ninja moves and takes out people with gadgets. Never been tried before, but Bob Iger likes to take that victory lap. Kareem Daniel was an excellent example of someone they didn't have faith in because he was too aligned with the wrong side of things in the entertainment industry, that being the actual money-making side of the
Fair to say, Jonas, he was the most powerful black man in Hollywood at the time of his exit?
Absolutely.
And who exited him, Jonas?
Bob Iger, 100% Bob Iger.
As the first thing that Bob Iger did returning to Disney, right? The very first thing, 6 a.m.
Right.
On Bob Iger's first day, Kareem Daniel was fired.
That's an early shower for Bob, too.
Oh, I think that was probably post-workout shower, but I'll just say it this way. This man at DMed, Kareem Daniels, controlled the purse strings for Disney. He not only was the most powerful person in media, he controlled the most money in media. Insane. And that's what they wanted him to do. That's why Chapek put him in that position, was to rein in the spending on all of these propaganda cultural experiences that Disney was investing in.
And not a single publication came out and said Disney just sacked the most powerful black man in Hollywood. There was not a single criticism. Why? Because he had dared step out of the political orthodoxy of Hollywood. So my question, as we wrap this up to the panel, everybody, Nat, you first though, please. Has Byron Allen entered that level yet where Hollywood decides he's got to go? We're going to do whatever it takes now. We don't care what his skin color is. We don't care what his ethnicity is. He's got to go.
I don't think so yet. And maybe if there's more, they can kind of use his rearranging and his actually trying to make a profit to continue to be at least mildly successful, because they don't want to do it themselves. So why not get the one person who can't be criticized? They themselves can't criticize him to do so.
He's doing the dirty work for them, for the execs who know this has got to go. That's what you're saying, Nat?
Yeah. That's
genius. I had not considered that. Yes, that definitely could be why they're not flying off in fury at him, is because he's got Teflon, right? He's got an ethnicity Teflon that they can't touch. And so it's like the other studio execs are saying, get him, go get him. We got to get these wokies out of here. They're killing us. Jonas, Culture, you agree, disagree? Which way you think it goes?
I'd like to see what the next thing that Byron Allen buys is, because Huffington Post, obviously Huffington Post, between BuzzFeed and Huffington Post was the more apparent political actor out there. BuzzFeed, it was a lot more subtle there, but HuffPost, which obviously started by Ariana Huffington, that being owned by Byron Allen, that's the interesting one to me. Hopefully they can not hopefully. The big hat trick there will be if he can make that brand relevant again, which I don't think is going to happen.
But Jonas, without BuzzFeed, you wouldn't have listicles.
You could probably get a couple on Geeks and Gamers or thatparkplace.com.
Okay, that's true. Actually, two great websites you should be bookmarked to and watching every single day for great coverage. But honestly, I wish, and I said this in the background, I wish that Byron Allen had completed his purchase from Paramount of BET, VH1, and all the other cable outlets. Because can you imagine at the same time he's making an offer to get all these syndicated, one of these syndication groups for the affiliate networks, he's also trying to buy the defunct music channels from Paramount. What a glorious thing that would have been. But I am, as with what Jonas said, I am looking forward to see what he buys next, because it could be equally troublesome for certain parties.
And see, folks, that's why you come to the Pro Show, because now you know. In the same way that Nat once upon a time revealed to us all kinds of stuff about Pedro and Bad Bunny, now you know about Byron Allen, who it is that's clearing out the woke media. Like, what is happening? Now you know the name. Who else is going to say it? We're happy you're here. Jonas.
I mean, it's also worth pointing out that we don't know Byron Allen's politics. It's not the headline on him.
Totally secret. He won't reveal it.
Yep.
But maybe that's the way it should be.
It really should.
Is. Kalioff for $5. Antonio wielded science in his crusade to play God at any cost, to be remembered for World War II, dark German medical science. My sociopath friend, I deed him. Indeed. Friedrich Wilton, bro, for $5. Here you are listening to the guy who thinks tortilla chips are nachos without toppings. Trolling. I heard a little bit about this.
Hey, Frederick, may this guy visit you at night tonight.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
That's not very kind.
What? He's friendly.
With a chainsaw?
He'll bring you
about that.
He'll bring you the tortilla chips.
Tortilla?
It's a quesadilla. What are you talking about?
The robot chainsaw. What is it? Robot chainsaw satyr?
Yo quiero una quesadilla, por favor.
What?
Yeah.
What?
My child asked for a cheese taco and she didn't want a quesadilla. And I'm like, child, what are you? What? That's like asking for meat between two pieces of bread.
Meat between bread.
Yeah. The best one I ever heard, I was at a Mexican restaurant and somebody nearby said they were trying to say they'd like chili rellenos, and they said, I'd like a chili rellenos. And I'm telling you, I was in the middle of taking the next bite, and it was one of those. You've got me.
You really don't want a chili pepper up there. I'll tell you what.
I'd like a chili rellenos.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't. No.
I mean, spit take with, in the middle of eating your refried beans. Like, it was almost.
I recommend the ghost peppers. Retro Meister for $5. Fauci worked with Birx, Gates, and others from the WEF to create a beta version of the Great Reset via fear mongering to prevent Trump's re-election. Yeah, I that whole thing about there's no such thing as the Great Reset, and then what's his name? Vine,
Klaus put it in writing. He wrote about it.
Yeah,
Klaus, we will do the big reset.
He wrote a book called The Great Reset, and yeah, that's fantastic. Flying blind on a rocket cycle for $10. The WNBA posted a video of Angel Reese and another player making a bet on a game. They later deleted it, but people know now. The league is the gift that keeps on giving, and I don't watch it. So here's the thing about Angel Reese is she appears to not be a person of high character, and she gets a lot of endorsement deals. So,
please, Jonas, give us more analysis.
Who knew?
Let me tell you about this Jeffrey fella.
That was a euphemism for the word I'm not going to use. But there's somebody I know who just used the word trashy every time that she comes up. And so when people see, oh, why are there Happy Meal toys? Why are there endorsements from breakfast cereals? Oh, it's not because of talent or idealism, saying, oh, these are the people we need to aspire to be. It's because she happens to tick some boxes and maybe tick off the wrong set of people. It'd be like putting Dennis Rodman up as the prime example of what a Chicago Bull can be, as opposed to the image of Michael Jordan back in the day.
Well, that, and she puts up more bricks than a Mason on a weekend. So yeah, it's crazy.
The WNBA is trash, and you just shouldn't watch it. It's just trash. It really is. It's a soap opera on the court. It's worse than wrestling. And wrestling, because you know what it is, it's fun. The WNBA is kind of like a giant hate group on, bouncing a ball around.
Pro, can I ask you a question? Because you're somebody who knows a lot about bohunkuses.
Nope. Jonas, go to the next super chat. No, go ahead, Culture.
If your nails are this long,
did you say I know a bunch about bohunkuses?
Yeah, you talk about bohunkuses.
You, sir.
User, WDW Pro.
If you ever get it, Jonas, hang on a second.
Wait, but if
you listen to me. You listen to me in front of this audience right now.
Okay.
If you ever come on my show again, and get the plural wrong for bohunkus, it is not. We have talked about this. It is not bohunkuses. It is bohunkai, and you know it. You're embarrassing me in front of the audience.
I'm sorry,
but if Jonas is trying to do a live show right now while we have this conversation.
If your nails are this long, Pro, how do you wipe your?
Hey everyone! Jonas just said we're live, Culture, and that was a funny joke. We were.
Of all the places that could have gone, that was definitely not.
Did you enjoy that little skit we made up on the fly there, Jonas?
That was a skit.
It was
about Pedro Sanchez.
You ever get bohunkus high wrong?
Bohunkai.
All right, what you were trying to talk about the nails, Culture. What about the nails?
No, I want to know how you how do you solve problems for going to the bathroom?
I have that same question.
Culture. What? If you can bounce a ball with those nails, you can navigate the trench run from Star Wars with the teepee.
You're aiming for a small thermal exhaust port down the trench.
It's bigger than we thought. Run away.
I have questions. That's all.
And that says, why?
You said nails.
Right, Nat? I mean, you want to know too, right?
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't. I'm a girl, but I don't get it.
We'll do a diagram later.
I'm reminded of the 3 seashells from Demolition.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even think about that. Thank you.
$2. Is Alan the new blackface of white supremacy?
I'm checking the chat right now to see how the response was to me in Culture, because I'm afraid people will take it seriously and think
I'm
deranged.
I'm actively not looking at the chat right now. I'm leaving that to Tom F. and Juliet. The first Dragon Queen for $5. Just think this is coming soon to Somewhere Sunny. Hugs for all. Yeah. This segment on Where the Sun Don't Shine, brought to you by Somewhere Sunny USA. Wild Man of Yavin for $5. Pro knows his bohunkai.
I don't know what to think of that, but
he is kind of. He talks about it. I feel like,
when I was in high school, we would call a girl of large but a GB, but I think we have to change it to the bohunculi.
The bohunculi.
Yeah.
It started off, this whole story started off years ago when I on the channel referred to the buttocks as the bohiny, and it has evolved over time into more and more, Yeah. So here we are.
We are making up words. We're better than Beardo. We have great words.
Yeah, like I heard Beardo the other day refer to the Calpigian bohunculi. Yeah, that was him.
You bet your bohunkus, buddy.
Yeah. Are we going on with the super chats? Or are we going to talk about butts for a little bit longer?
Jonas, we're all in an awkward pause right now.
$2 WNBA. Why nobody bothers attending? Thank you very much there, Kalioth, for the $2 and the comment on women's basketball.
Basketball. Just basketball. All right.
Wait,
yes.
Just because I can't let this go without complimenting the greatest basketball player, female basketball player, and say Caitlin Clark, very gifted, sold out her shoes. The second greatest person in WNBA, Sophie Cunningham, also managed to sell out her gear too. So there is some demand for some ladies of basketball.
Well, no, wait a minute. Isn't Caitlin Clark injured and out for the season because they beat the crap out of her every single game?
Is she out for the season?
Nat, I think she's out for a long time.
Why I think so. Nat, do you follow the WNBA?
Culture, you assume every single woman is a women's basketball fan?
Women don't care.
What kind of bigot are you, Culture?
Well,
That's why
no,
nobody
I thought it's a women's league. Women would be interested in supporting other women. Isn't that the sisterhood of the
best they get
traveling
is
something?
is men tuning into the WNBA. Remember that thing where Shane Gillis pointed to one of his friends in the audience at an Emmy Awards ceremony or something and said, "And we have a WNBA legend," and he just made up a name, and he said, "Actually, I need to tell you all that's just my friend," and I put her up to this and told her no one watches the WNBA, and you just revealed that.
This is worse than the time that me and Culture got on the elevator together with a Japanese man, and Culture turned to him and said, "So how about that sumo wrestling, eh?" Like, oh no.
Look, I was more interested in his camera that he was wearing around his neck. But we can't joke about stuff like that anymore.
All right, folks.
It's $5. C19 Bakugan Origin 30% odds. Unproven, I heard 21 evolutionary biologists explain improbable but worth investigating. But Fauci fears it's true. So, yeah, I think it did probably come from the Bakugan lab over there.
I think Detail Devil has taken it to the next level. It's not just about any longer character efficiency. We are now substituting all sorts of characters in addition to the perfect optimization of characters and letters. Impressive.
Yep. And then finally, Paul Viter Gamer for $2. WNBA, Bohunculi, and green flying obelisks. Oh my, I know nothing.
You just graduated. You are no longer able to be compared to Beardo. The fact that you read that perfectly. You were forgiven for the other night when you did not know the foreign language, maybe imaginary.
I like Beardo's a great guy, and I don't know why you guys are ragging on him.
I love the guy. Like you have Beardo and not Beardo. Not Beardo is well, you work with him every single Monday.
I'm gonna call my good friend Beardo after the show is done and be like, guys, what are we gonna do here? You know,
I'm gonna call my good friend Nat and say, Nat, tell the folks out there about Nat and the guy before we go to the next story, please.
Thank you so much. We do a live show Monday through Saturday now, and we are starting to also talk now about more U.S. politics and geopolitics. We have one day a week where we'll be focusing on that. Otherwise, we usually focus on freedom causes. And right now, our cause of the time is Alberta's independence in Canada. So if you want to know more about that, come watch us Monday through Saturday, 5 p.m. Mountain.
Hop in, folks, and support. It's a great thing to do, and you'll have a happy time for doing so. How about we stop on by, a happy time, I think, for most of us, and say, it turns out even Hollywood knows who Captain America is, and they know that the guy playing Captain America right now, he's not supposed to be that guy. He's a Falcon. He's that dude. What are we talking about? Let's get into it right now. It was embarrassing. It was humiliating. And now Anthony Mackie is sharing it for the world. How interesting is this? Culture Crave says, Anthony Mackie on meeting Ian McKellen. That's Sir Ian McKellen to you. For the first time while filming Avengers Doomsday, we could read it, but why not just listen to it? Here's Anthony Mackie on how that went down.
McKellen, he goes, so I go to Ian McKellen. He goes, hello, son. And I'm like, Ian McKellen, sir, you're amazing. This is amazing to work with you. He goes, so what are you doing in the film? And I'm like, I'm Captain America. And he goes, wonderful. And you deserve that. Thank you, Sir Ian. Thank you.
I feel like this is a metaphor for all of the public's reaction. And who are you again, sir? Well, of course, I play Captain America. And everybody looks and says, right. Okay. Well, good for you. I don't see how he told this story. Didn't realize that this was embarrassing, but he tells the story and doesn't understand.
Look at the media handler behind him with his mouth like, oh.
The handler's like, we shouldn't be telling this story. This doesn't sound good. Okay, so we've been talking about this. They are dedicated completely and totally to making sure everybody thinks that, Chris Evans is in the film, but hey, don't get confused. He's not Captain America. That Park Place has this hilarious Doomsday parody, Captain Shirt Pants. Mocks Marvel over Chris Evans' return. By the way, here it is, and they're determined. I mean, look at this. This is Captain Shirt Pants. Where is Captain America on this poster? Does anybody see? Oh, he's got wings and he's flying up here. They even know this is a huge problem. They don't want you to realize. They hide the fact that he is Captain America. He does not have his shield. This is the poster. It's amazing to me. But Captain Shirt Pants is over here. So I love this, and we'll scroll down here. I'll show it to you. We can't show you the whole thing because it's got stuff in it that'll get us in trouble, but here you go. Okay, we'll play just a little bit. This is here, Captain Shirt Pants. This is the outfit for Chris Evans, who cannot be Captain America because they can't race swap back, right? You can only race swap in one way, so you can't go back. So it's Captain Shirt Pants, and they got this stuff. They've used AI to do a bunch of this. Let's see if we can get to Captain Shirt Pants. Okay, we'll play this part.
This is by Huff for Congress on Twitter, on X.
So please, YouTube, don't get us.
You can still wear a shirt and pants, Captain. You just have to register.
It's got the music. So what have they done? That is not okay.
To ask.
But it's Captain Shirt Pants. Spider-Man tries to steal his shirt. But this is where we are. This is even the people who are on set with Anthony Mackie don't know who he plays anymore. Nat, can they not just say, you know what? Captain America sells a lot of stuff for us. Chris, you're Captain America. Anthony, we're going to come up with something else now. Like, you could be ultimate Captain World. You're Captain World. You're Capitan Mundo. I don't care. Just anything. We cannot have you be Captain America. It's killing us. Really killing us.
Or just give justice to Falcon itself. And I mean, I guess the idea of Captain World for their world, that would be what they want anyways. And they also can't go against Sir Ian McKellen because he also is a protected member of certain communities. So, I mean, I guess
gay, ladies and gentlemen.
Now. Yeah, he's a truth teller now.
Right.
Excuse
me, who are you and what do you do on this show? Do you think? You think he goes up to RDJ Culture and says that? You think Ian McKellen goes up and says, now, who are you playing this time?
No, actually, you know what? Somebody needs to create a parody based on Office Space of that interview. So what do you say you do around here?
What do you do here?
I would love to see Anthony Mackie sitting behind the table going, well, I talked to the engineers. Anyway, but no. So look, I mean, it was kind of, Captain World because Captain America Brave New World was the failed film that he was in where they tried to convert him into Captain America, which did not work.
Is that the one with Harrison Ford as Red Hulk that I sat through? That is it, right? That was last year. Okay, that was a terrible film.
Yeah,
that was a therapy film instead of a superhero film.
Well, so was the next one after that.
Instead of whatever he was playing, not Captain America, but the winged Captain America. Instead of him actually fighting the Red Hulk at the end of the film, he actually gets the daylights beat out of him by the Red Hulk, who is Harrison Ford. And then in the moment that he's about to completely lose, he says, "Wait a sec. What if we don't do this?
Oh, man.
What if we deal with your childhood trauma, Mr. Red Hulk?" And the Red Hulk's like,
right. Yeah.
Okay. I'll stop fighting now.
I just have to say this. When you used to watch old movies, they would have a thing called a log line or a tagline, and it would be something that was one sentence to sell the film. And the best that they could come up with for Captain America Brave New World was his superpower is empathy.
I thought it was vomit inducing. Anyway, look, the film only made $400 million, $415 million if you want to be precise, and it didn't recover its budget. It lost money, as did everything else since Endgame. So, the only things that didn't were, previous X-Men, which is Deadpool and Wolverine, or something similar. It was the rated R thing that recovered a lot of damage from what was done underneath the guidance of Feige without any of the other creatives around him. You have to remember that since Johnson and Whedon and all these other minds left Marvel, they took their creativity with them. And they were now taking guidance from somebody who honestly hadn't produced the kind of creative endeavors that he was being put in charge of. And so we got a lot of the DEI, ESG, social justice kind of garbage in every single film that came out after Endgame. Even Endgame had a little of that with the A-Force moment. But this is leading into an Avengers film that I think has already been extremely compromised, and I think Captain Shirt Pants is going to be like a sore thumb that they're not going to be able to get rid of.
Well, here's what's beautiful about this, Nat. In this poster, every single person, every single character is wearing, I feel like Edna Mole here, their super suit. Every single one. And then there's Chris Evans in a t-shirt, just standing there like, hey, who are you? Oh, I'm Chris Evans. Who are you playing in the movie? Chris Evans. Because they can't do the race swap back. And then what they have to do with Anthony Mackie is he looks like Falcon. They made him look like Falcon, and they actually have all the Captain America stuff hidden. There's no shield, there's no symbol. The symbol is on his chest, and it's angled down. Like, they know they have a huge problem here. They can't fix it because of virtue signaling in Hollywood.
I mean, it's almost like they want to hide him because he's off in the corner. Like, don't look over there. Look at the main guy who everybody knows who he is, and as you were mentioning, they almost. Yeah, the only one that isn't wearing a super suit, which makes him maybe even more important because he's the one that sticks out. He's a different one.
I love it.
Just shows how important he was.
I love that.
Jonas, this poster has that triangle symbol. You want to explain why we are always looking at these new Marvel posters with the triangle in it?
Well, because they stopped doing the pyramid of people that was up slanted to one side, and they replaced it with a triangle one because they apparently also this is not a good movie poster. This I don't want to insult the guy who lost his job that actually did this, because Disney did lay off the guy who made this concept art, but the idea here is that it's supposed to be Steve Rogers, but it's also not Steve Rogers, because Steve Rogers has a high and tight haircut. He has a military haircut and no beard, but instead they have a guy in a black t-shirt, dark khakis, long hair. This guy looks like a hippie. He looks like the kind of guy that Steve Rogers wouldn't like. So it's not even Steve Rogers that he's playing in this.
And Steve Rogers or anybody, Jonas, would not show up and be like, hey, I'm ready to battle to save the entire universe. Every universe in the list of multiverses. We're going to stop the most evil man. And how are you going to do it? In a t-shirt. It looks like he stopped by Old Navy before he hit the portal.
Yep. Old Navy in the mid 2000s. Yes, he is. Yeah, because that's the only thing they have now. They have to go for that one moment. They couldn't let it be a one-off thing where they do something cool and interesting and have everybody yearning for him to pick up the hammer again. Instead, they have to say, no. All of the high notes that we played, we're going to go right back to all of them.
I don't know. I, for one, am excited about Thor having a trident.
Being a man.
Or
so wait, he
took
it away from Lady Thor?
Maybe. Thor with nunchucks.
Where is Natalie Portman? Is she not in this one?
Her biceps were too big to fit on the poster. All right, Jonas, what do we got in those super chats today?
Kaylee off for $2. Culture WNBA is a grain of sand versus soccer or football.
For women, too.
Patrick Ganaway for $5. It should be noted that the Indiana Fever, Clark and Cunningham's team, is the only WNBA team that attracts decent crowds. Did you see J.K. Rowling is thinking she's probably going to go to a WNBA game, and she's going to a Fever game, whether it's in Indy or if it's in Vegas?
I don't know, but I worry about Caitlin Clark. She needs more security.
Because they just kicked somebody off of the court for having an XXXY t-shirt.
You know what? I've got a solution for this. Caitlin Clark, if you're watching, this could be your security guard. It's a giant robot centaur. Looks like Terminator, but it's got a chainsaw. And we've never brought this up before on the show, but you need one of these. It's being developed by a California company that would like to keep you safe. And this, to me, looks like the perfect thing to keep Angel Reese away.
The only thing that I think would fight well against that is probably Kyle Reese. Detail Devil for 5. Vocine redefined post Myrna. Prefer inoculation. Person closest to me got Guillain-Barré 1 month post inoculation. Parents survived heart attack. 7 years, got inoculated, gone 2 months. I'm sorry to hear that. There's a nasty word that I'm not going to say on this stream where you get the C word over and over and over again rapidly in a turbo situation.
Turbo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a loved one took the vaccine, just jab, and honestly, might have been the right call given their age. Within months, turbo got them.
Yep.
Turbo. No history of cancer in the family. Turbo cancer. Within months of it.
Well, there you go.
And gone.
Pop Beater Gamer for $2. I get the feeling Steve Rogers is a Hydra agent, but how does a Hydra agent pull the hammer? That's
or he's working at Banana Republic.
I do think that he probably could send you in the direction of getting some high quality khakis.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Butler gifted 400 jewels, and it's an eagle. Thank you very much, Jim Butler.
Eagle.
Eagle? No,
it's an eagle.
Legal my eagle. Unknowns did 1,000 jewels and says cheers. Thank you very much, Unknown Ace.
Thank you.
Albert Not a Retro for 10 Canadian dollars. Funny you guys are talking about this. I just bought a bunch of MCU movies on YouTube. Iron Man to Endgame plus Far From Home, No Way Home, and Black Widow. 25 in all. Yeah, there's a lot of content there, and up until Endgame, it's all above average for the most part. But after that point, yikes.
For $25, you can have a collection of Marvel movies, or you can have the best of John Candy. Personally, I'd go with Uncle Buck.
Whew, that's a guy could circumcise a gnat. The first Dragon Queen for $5. Notice the new people on one side, the old on the other. The poster, I want one. Looks like a Halloween thing. I think it'd be great on the side of a van, personally, that concept art.
By the river.
El vivo un van cerca de un rio, in the words of Chris Farley. Kalioth for 2. It's an alt universe. Never expect him to be Cap. So Mjolnir's got to be confused. That's the thing that I'm like, what's the deal here?
No, he is Captain America. This is the same guy that was in the movies before. He just jumped universes, went to another one. Now he's come back again.
I'd also like to see, because they've had multiple people pick up Mjolnir in the MCU now. It starts to lose its meaning after a while.
They've ruined the lore. I mean, yeah.
Also, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense that Hemsworth in that trailer says, "It can't be," which reminds me of a clip we've got here. But he says that when he sees Chris Evans show up, and I'm thinking, why? Why can it not be? You all know that you live in a multiverse now. The correct line should be like, "Get in line. There's 10,000 of you over here in this room." Like
what?
There's a million of all these people. It's infinite versions of them. That we can't keep straight. We're in a multiverse, and they all know it.
What's the name of the pickaxe that they forged?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah. So that's made of enchanted Uru, right? Just like Mjolnir.
Uru metal, which I think is what they're making those Satiruses out of.
I'm sorry. It's made out of what again?
Enchanted Uru.
Enchanted Uru.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look it up.
Dwarf star,
no,
right?
I'm done.
Of a dying star. There's a whole thing from Odin about it.
Are you sure it wasn't made from unobtainium?
I mean, that's essentially what they do with all this. This is what they turned vibranium into. It's magic.
Why don't we just let's tell everybody who writes a franchise from now on, we know you all have to have the ultimate metal. Every franchise has to have its ultimate metal substance. So from now on, we're just going to call it magic metal in every franchise, so we don't have to keep track of the stupid names, adaminium and unobtainium and Uru, enchanted Uru. Like, no, we're done with this. Every franchise, magic metal.
I forged my vacation home out of condominium.
That's a dangerous joke to make. Jonas.
Great question for Paul Viter Gamer for $5. Great question. Thor's hammer only requires that he be worthy, not that he be good. Remember, Hela had no problems controlling it. Hydra Steve could be. I've thought about this, Paul Viter Gamer. Hela wielded that hammer before Odin put the enchantment to say, whoever should he be worthy shall have the power of Thor on that. So I thought about it. It has to be worthy by Odin's estimation, or the enchantment doesn't come into effect until the movie Thor.
So what we're saying is Hydra bad, Hela good.
Wow. Albert, not a retro, 5 Canadian. I know people aren't big on the Black Widow movie, but it takes place midway through Civil War. I have lots of John Candy on DVD. Look up Magnum PEI.
What? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? John Candy was in something called Magnum PEI? I don't remember this. Was he in a parody that involved like physical education?
He was quite the looker with the mustache there.
We gotta go. I gotta see this. Cut the show. We're done. We're going to go find John Candy movies we've never heard of before.
I think that's probably better than Magnum DEI.
Okay, that's another thing we're going to write down. I'm writing that down. We will be using that. How have we gone this many years and we never said Magnum DEI? I've written it down. There will be a clip in the future. We will do this. We will reimagine Magnum PI for the modern era. God bless you, culture. That's genius. And you just stumbled right into it.
Oh, I've been tripping into stuff all day. I don't know if you noticed.
Was it the wiggle wire that got you?
No, I think I'm tripping over fingernails from WNBA players.
Okay. All right, at least we've got a reason for you tripping this time. All right, folks, let's go back to NYC because it turns out the people who voted in, commies, still having one heck of a time with that darn socialist communist mayor, Mamdani. It's still a New York City nightmare, and socialism? No, it's communism, baby. PJ Media is writing this one. Stephen Green, welcome to socialism. A Clinton hands stark warning about Mamdani. As we get into this, folks, all we can say is that for the celebrities, the movie stars, the professional athletes, we told you so. Democratic strategist Mark Penn to the X during the wee hours Wednesday morning to warn the public about the lie of socialism, communism, represented by New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani. But it's really a cry for help over what's happening to his party. It says, in a piece headlined, Welcome to Socialism, Penn wrote that Mamdani's administration with fanfare released its list of 960,000 owners of real estate in New York City that have been determined they could owe the new tax he's implemented because NYC computers have determined they own what was billed as a market value of $5 million or more. Remember, it was just going to be the ultra elite, just the ultra rich. They can pay their fair share. 960,000 owners of real estate. It says the answer is that you are subject to the tax in the first 2 years if your property has a DOF valuation of over $1 million. So the $5 million figure was a fake. Once you're on the list, you have to prove you should not be taxed. You get to prove it. You should not be taxed by showing you are a resident or by challenging the valuation. Good luck fighting the city bureaucrats on both of these counts. The individual litigation will be massive. It's a staggering 9.5% tax. 9.5% tax. Why? Because in order to implement the socialist communist ideas and ideals to New York, they need $12 billion in taxes. And that means, according to Newsweek, we got a whole lot of celebrities who are suddenly going to have to pay a whole lot of money. And I dare say they're not going to like it because it turns out they like their yachts a lot. They're capitalists to the core. They're just corrupt and crazy. And now it's no longer hazy whether they're going to pay. Mandy Tahiri is writing this one. I don't care about the stuff. I just want to get the names. Who's going to be paying? We already know it's going to be a huge amount of money, but who's going to be paying? Here we go. Alan Cumming, Darren Aronofsky, John Leguizamo, Matthew Modine, Joel Cohen, Spike Lee, Woody Allen, Patrick Dempsey, Corey Stoll, Luke Kirby, Ryan Eggold. How do we know these names? How do we know they're going to pay? Because they doxed them. New York City doxed these celebrities, musicians, fashionistas, artists, authors. This is huge. They doxed all these people. And how many did we say again? Go back to the report from PJ Media. How many?
950,000.
960,000 owners of real estate. 960,000 owners of real estate are going to be paying almost 10% in taxes. Not to the feds, not in substitution of their other taxes. Taxes on top. And it's not if you have a property over 5 mil, it's over 1 mil. And ladies and gentlemen, if you own property in New York, the chances you can own a property in New York that's less than 1 mil is about nil. Nat, they're learning a hard lesson right now, and what we're hearing is gigantic exodus out of New York. The problem is, I don't think they'll learn a thing.
And even if they let them go, because eventually communists do try to trap you and trap your wealth within, so you can't escape. I mean, we've seen this story play out over and over again. We saw Cuba, we saw Venezuela. It happens, and it's like they I mean, in a way, I'm glad at least some of them who were very for all of this are kind of figuring it out. But they will also, because they're at the highest echelons, they will be able to leave in time. However, a lot of other homeowners and other people that get swept up into this, because again, it's very different what they say. They started with 5 million, now it's just 1, or the valuation, or etc. It starts trickling down to the everyday people who might have thought it was a good idea to tax the rich until they become the rich because the rich have left.
Chances this chances this collapses the real estate market culture to the point that they actually have a hard time selling their properties.
Oh, I think it's already happening. We've seen this reflected in many other communities for various reasons, but it's the same mechanisms at work. And ultimately, you're going to end up with banking issues because the banks, you've already seen a record number of people not paying their mortgages. The banks are going to end up with a lot of properties. People will abandon things and be left with nothing, but be willing to do so because they're any power that they had over themselves, their independence, and their own ownership of anything is stripped from them by governments like this. This was why people were warning about Mamdani and the ideas here. And I have a feeling that the real estate market will start to drift downward if it hasn't already. I haven't done any comparatives, but if I were to go and look up property addresses, I would imagine that over the last 6 months, you've started to see property values start to trend downward. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Jonas, I actually love this story. New York, I hate it for them, but this might be the kind of thing that creates a rebound. This might be the final point where we get a pendulum shift where they realize this whole socialism, communism thing, I mean, they're going to hate to say it. They're never going to admit it out loud, but surely as they watch an exodus of everybody who's rich and all of that brain power that goes with them, all of that institutional knowledge, all of those abilities, when they head to Texas, when they head to Florida, when they head to Tennessee, when they head to North Carolina, when they head to Nevada, when they head to Idaho, surely this is going to be the moment where they say, we sunk the city and we got to change. Maybe.
Right. This is absolutely amazing to me.
Nat says no. I kind of agree with Nat more than myself. Go ahead, Jonas.
Generally speaking, when you think about these kind of places going communist, they're talking about an entire country, and countries have the force of the military behind them. And I think about the fact that when people left Castro's Cuba, they left in boats made out of raincoats and things like that. There was a desperate nature to getting out of Cuba because of utopian policies like this. Utopian being meant in the most sarcastic way possible. The thing about this is there's free commerce and free trade out of New York. It's difficult to get out of New York, but at the same time, they're making such a good case for leaving behind this city. This will only lessen the impact of New York. They're not only giving up the monetary value by forcing these people out of the city, they're also giving up their cultural significance, which is one of the few things that New York really has, because we have an entire coast here. Ports can move. That takes time, but it can be done. So this is something where if you put the government in charge of the Sahara Desert, eventually there will be a shortage of sand. I would say within 5 to 10 years. So if you decide to tax millionaires and billionaires living in New York City, then they will just go somewhere else. They are economically the most mobile people in the world. So, and even if it's 5 millionaires, they've given them a great excuse to leave. They've probably been thinking, when are we going to do this? So they're just going to do it. Their tax professionals are going to tell them, yeah, get out, vacation in New York instead of living in New York.
Well, now, let me ask you about that, Jonas, because California has worked on this. I think Boston has worked on this. New York City may be working on it. Ways to punish people for trying to leave so that they can't leave. Like there's an exit tax, which I think is going to have to go all the way up to SCOTUS because it's probably unconstitutional, but they're trying it.
Yeah, and this is I former corporate tax accountant here. This is something that comes up frequently. Is California tried to impose a trailing tax, meaning that if you leave, you're liable for your income for the next 5 to 10 years in a regressive tax on income you don't even make in the state.
It's like a vengeful ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
Right. So if New York tries something like that, that will be probably one of the most revolutionary cases that could come out. Wayfair a while back was ruled in a way that was disappointing to a lot of tax. Sorry, let's not get into the apocrypha of tax law here, or sorry, the arcana. With this, I think that they're in a position here where if they start putting too much of a spotlight on how tax laws work, specifically state tax laws, tax law in the United States, specifically, I'm talking about the federal here, is the opposite of innocent until proven guilty. You are guilty until proven innocent. And so if they do this, this has ramifications for the entire tax system of the United States, I would think, if this ends up going to the Supreme Court. So Mamdani could actually accidentally do a little Trojan horse that ruins the IRS itself if this went up. But Mamdani is playing with things that I think could destroy other parts of the United States here. I don't want to get too deep into the tax side of this, but it is silly to think that you can control the national stage from one city that is losing relevance because of him.
Yeah, and I need to explain this second home thing because it's really misleading. People are going to say, well, I want the celebrities who have a second home. I want them to be taxed because who cares about them, right? Well, what this is actually is that people of great wealth, it's not just celebrities, but people of great wealth who are connected with institutions of power and wealth. New York City is one of the big places that you have to be. So is Los Angeles and a few others, depending on your industries. Okay. So these celebrities, let's say that they have a lot of movies that they need to go do in New York. That's the case. It makes more sense for them financially to have it's not a home. I mean, it is kind of a home, but it's not like they've got a white picket fence and a little lawn. They have a condo. They have a home in a high rise, right? That's what they have. They have a penthouse. But the reason they have it is because they need proximity to the film shoot. They don't want to have to, because they're spending so much time in these places, because I got to go do the interview with the late night host or whatever, right? They want proximity, and then they have their stuff there. So it's a business thing. These people are doing a business thing. I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just saying, like, what Mamdani is doing is driving the incentive to have media located in New York. He is driving that incentive away because now people are being taxed like crazy for daring do media business there. And somebody somewhere, like, I don't know why Fox News is still in New York. I have no idea why Fox News doesn't be like, let's go to Florida. Let's go put the Fox News headquarters in Florida. I have no idea. I don't understand it. But there's going to be a lot of people talking about making those kinds of moves real soon. Because think about all the folks out there who they have a home in Los Angeles, they have a home in New York, or they have a home in Austin, they have a home in New York. And they do that because they have businesses that require them to be in both places. And now this is essentially their business being taxed at a crazy rate that makes it impossible to do business in comparison to doing it anywhere else. That's what this is.
It's also not city-centric. I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you, but it's not city-centric. This tax is Pierre de Tier or whatever this tax is called. They use a fancy French word to confuse you.
Of course, it's French.
Yeah, this is a hochul idea originally. This is the governor of the state that originally tried to push this through. There was a New York Times article about it going back to April, talking about raising taxes in the luxury tax, targeting ultra wealthy, the same people that Madami went after in New York City. Everybody's like, well, this could be a boon for high-end rentals and properties that people find unobtainable. I'm like, yeah, but they're going to be worth like $6 because everybody's going to be trying to leave. If this starts at a state level, it's even worse. Can you imagine getting taxed twice over, a rental, a rental home or a second home?
It's making anybody who ever thought about buying property in New York say, nope.
Or Canada.
So I don't want to live in New York forever. Nat, this has been tried over and over and over again. This time it's the biggest or second biggest media market in the U.S., and I think it's going to cause the movement of media out all across the United States and no longer be congregated in a couple of big cities. It's going to go everywhere now. It's going to be diffused.
And I mean, we're already kind of seeing it with more studios opening up in random, quote unquote, places within the US. But I was going to say it's kind of, in a way, lucky. Maybe you don't see it that way being inside the US, but it's kind of lucky that it is happening in the US because, as you were mentioning, there's other states that are doing the complete opposite, essentially, and actually welcoming investment. And I that talk a lot about Canada, for example, it's the whole country that is inescapable with all of these kinds of policies. So in a way, it's a good experiment to have some people see what actual socialism tending towards communism does and how it does drive away investment and people that want to make money for the city and for all the crazy things that they want to implement, like government-run grocery stores. Eventually the money does run out, especially if you chase it out of the city. But it's a good thing that it's happening in a way in the US. Hopefully more and more people see it and understand and look at the consequences. I don't know how many will, and I do see it dangerous rise in the DSA, for example, in the Democratic Socialists of America. And I think the Democrat Party itself, because that article was saying that it was a Hillary or Clinton housing staffer or something that was writing about this and about the insanity of it. And we are seeing that fracturing as well within the Democrats and the DSA, which I still don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that they're now fighting each other.
Thank God for federalism. And I think we're going to watch the wealth of America transform and go to new locations. I think you're going to see a massive tidal wave of economic influence suddenly shift to the places, folks, where everybody is moving. Even if they say the dinosaur media, they're the worst places to live. No way, we say. That's where the money is going. Well, let's just say, folks, that things are not going well for Hollyweird. Why? Well, because they thought they had a big win, not only in film, but in gaming, and they thought that Halo Campaign Evolved was going to take them to new heights. At least Microsoft and Xbox were hoping so, but it turns out Go Broke has produced yet another giant flop. This out of Tech Power Up. Halo Campaign Evolved, which just released, peaks at 25,000 Steam players on launch day. I'll show you how bad that is in just a second, but this is a 25-year-old classic game, one of the greatest games ever made, by the way. Halo Combat Evolved for the original Xbox, one of the greatest games ever made.
So good.
And all they had to do was reskin the game. That's it. That's all they had to do. The music's perfect. Audio's perfect. Don't have to update it. They just had to update the graphics. That's all they had to do. They didn't make the entire game. They didn't even do the multiplayer. They've got co-op, but they don't have the multiplayer maps. Like, that was too hard for this studio, which has been assembled from gender studies groups. I mean, this is the wokest, most DEI effort you've ever seen. All they had to do was reskin the thing, and they failed. 25,000 concurrent players on Steam is what it came out to. How does that compare with what it should be? By the way, here's your proof positive straight from the Steam DB. Our Steam database. Look at this. It topped out at 25,000. Where is it during the filming of this segment? 6,000. 6,000 players are currently playing the brand new game.
I just have to say, I think Forza is in the 100,000s. There are games that you would think are unimportant that are absolutely trouncing this on Steam. And yes, we're talking about things that were also released on Game Pass. So it's not the fact that it's Steam. You know, this is actually one that I had to look into myself. This is really bad for a game, a remake of a game that Xbox would not exist without. It's very easy to say that Xbox would not be the brand it is without Halo, because it was a desert outside of Halo back in the day.
Well, let's do a comparison. Here's Counter-Strike 2.
There you go.
Released in 2012. This is not a new game. Released in 2012. Number of players right now, 1.1 million. Number of players currently playing the brand new, just released Halo Campaign Evolved, 6,000. This is the mega flop.
It's only going to get worse too. I played this game, and I don't usually go out to play a game on the first weekend, but I did with this one, and I've also played Halo Combat Evolved on the Xbox 360, which is as close as you can get recently, but it doesn't hold a candle to the original in any way. Sure, it's prettier, but
yeah, they offloaded the graphics to other companies, and those other companies did a darn good job of doing that, and then they DEI'd the rest of it.
Right, but all of the things that they gained in graphics, if you can say that, oh, we got a good day and night cycle, you know what that doesn't do? That doesn't make the game more fun to play. You know what people aren't raving about when they show up and they talk about their experience playing Halo? Oh, well, we had the realistic physics and the water simulation was so good. No, they're talking about playing this game with their friends and having the experience of owning each other. They're not talking about any of the things that have been added to it with this game.
I'm all about eye candy in terms of gaming. It's great. I want it to look as beautiful as it can. The problem is, if it's glitchy, if they've destroyed the story, if they've girl bossed it, if they've screwed up everything, and Jonas, you've played it. It is a bug glitch ridden mess. It is. There are elites.
It is
jitter and slide.
Right. So you got brutes in the timeline before there should be brutes, which there's only people who are fans of Halo who will understand why that's wrong. Is nonsense in the stories when people when these enemies spawn into the environments, they're jumping from high cliffs and landing on top of each other and like sliding into place after they've fallen off of each other. They've got nonsensical music throughout. We've had Marty on this channel within the last 24 hours. Marty O'Donnell, the composer of Halo, he identified tracks that are completely out of place and in my opinion, they're inappropriate for the scenes that they've overlaid them on.
Well, that's because they were too lazy to, or maybe they're incapable. Because again, this is the most woke gaming studio that Microsoft assembled. They didn't have the ability, or they were too lazy to get new music, so they took menu music and music that was maybe unused or seldom heard that Marty had done, and just slapped it over new, the terrible new levels in the hopes that you wouldn't notice, oh wait, this doesn't fit at all.
I'm going to say the thing that if Marty were here, that I think he would endorse it, whether or not he's going to say it. If you have the option, go play Halo on as close to original hardware as you can get, and put on the 3D audio so you can really enjoy the sound work. The sound work is amazing. Listening to the flood on a 3D headset is one of the most visceral things. It's so creepy and so gross. It's perfect. This new one is fodder. They obviously don't care about this product that they've put out. I'm sure they'll do Halo 2 because it's going to be the easiest path forward. It seems like Halo Studios is mostly the contracting office for working with all these other studios in order to get things done. So the people that are the problem are at the top of this. I think they just wanted to push this thing out as soon as possible. I also think that they probably gave GTA 6 a wide berth, and that's maybe why there's no multiplayer in this, because this is an unfinished game. There's nothing about it that is special other than, hey, if you remember what Halo was like, but have a very fuzzy memory of what Halo Combat Evolved was like on the Xbox, play this and you might remember some of that. But I'll tell you what, just go play it on the Xbox 360. It's so much better. And I got to say, Master Chief Collection is better than Halo Campaign Evolved for the Xbox Series S, which is what I played it on. But really, that original disc on an Xbox 360 or an Xbox, oh, it's so good.
They've done something special when we miss the days of Master Chief Collection. Nat, this is, in my opinion, we have now a sequence of Go Woke, Go Brokes. So we've got Bud Light, we've got Jaguar, we've got Cracker Barrel, we've got Halo. They destroyed this. Nat, I don't know if you're a gamer, but you don't have to be a gamer at all to look at those numbers and see, 12-year-old game that's not in the news whatsoever, 1 million people playing it, brand new game just released, classic game redone. I mean, you can imagine if Zelda was redone and released, how many people would be playing it. This is on, like, the original Halo is on par with Zelda games, 6,000 people. It's unbelievable how incompetent DEI and woke ideology makes companies.
And also we see it over and over again because it's the expectations that you've put upon your customers that they're not going to like it anyway. So why even try? And if they do go in, then it's a disaster because you've prioritized things that go against what the actual customers are looking for. And then word of mouth. And we see it with movies, with TV shows, with everything. If your customer base already thinks you're going to fail at it, of course, they're not going to go and try to give you another opportunity. And so they'll just be as many as are playing right now. That should be a way bigger number because you've set that expectation for them already.
It should be 400 times bigger. That's like how much we're talking about they missed the mark. When we talk about Jaguar and we say Jaguar has lost 99% of its profits, that's what this stuff does. When we go back to Disney and we say, how badly did Lightyear do or Strange World? And we're like, well, 1/20th of what they were supposed to do. That's what woke does. It turns people's brains into mush. It turns productivity into an impossibility. And culture, what we're looking at right now is beautiful, but you'll notice nothing is happening because this is what they have to do. They have to find pockets that a tech demo this could be. But beyond that, they have nothing they can show. It's laughable what they have done to this game, and it's laughable the number of players who are playing it currently.
There was something endearing about playing this on an old-fashioned CRT, my Pro Scan television, plugged into my Xbox, and seeing it treated so poorly just so they could shove it into Unreal Engine. The original engine was vastly superior. They pushed that engine to its extreme. They did the same thing with Halo 2. Marty was talking about that last night. And look, I'm just going to say this. Jonas is right. The whole reason they shoved this into Unreal Engine 5 is so that they can push out a clone of Halo 2 and 3 and remake it with some of the most ridiculous mechanics. Where we got to see that they built DEI into the game.
Right.
So,
I'm just going to point out the theory that I keep hearing is they're using Unreal Engine 5 so that they can hire in as many contractors as they can without them having to. Because here's the dirty secret of how Microsoft works, allegedly, but we've heard this from multiple sources. Microsoft has a rule that a contractor can't stay for more than 18 months without taking at least a 6-month break. So there's a constant role of people that are reasserting themselves and familiarizing themselves, whatever the word is, with this game and how to make this game. So over the course of 4 years, you would have gaps and you would have a new person working on it. So you don't have 5 years of experience. You have 5 times 1 year of experience.
Oh man, those H-1B visas are a problem. I'm sure the new CEO over there is really going to, solve that.
That's a fair point, isn't it?
Culture, you had a number that I don't know if you said yet. If you did, I missed it.
No.
Can you tell us a comparison game, please?
Sure. Marathon, which is also a dismal failure, actually has just 3,000 less players right now at 4,000 than the 7,000 that are currently playing this game.
Wowza. I want to turn the audio on for this clip one time just so people can see what we're talking about in terms of what they did to the game. This is their all-new content they've added to Halo 1, and it is the Ultimate Girl Boss. Here you go.
Music taken from Truth and Reconciliation, by the way.
Nice work.
Thanks. Spartans aren't the only
Right.
badasses
Yeah.
in the UNSC.
Yeah. Let me also
So,
point out
take
on
out
this
the prophet.
one.
So, did you take out the prophet?
Yeah. So the entire mission is you're having to go to save her. So all of the things that have been happening over the last little while are useless because she's just sitting there doing nothing, as opposed to, I don't know, lending a hand and helping Chief and Johnson here. There's no real good explanation as to why she's on this ship. The whole thing is just silly. The prequel missions are a mess.
Can you shoot her in the head?
You can shoot. I did the Niles Sankey and I gave her a little punch in the face in the level where you rescue her from the brig.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's nothing
So
happens
you
if
can't-
you do it enough. If you drop her, she just like materializes again, respawns. If you do it enough, apparently she just one shots you. And
So for
whoever
Nat,
your teammates are.
Nat, for you to know what the heck they're talking about, in this game, you can end the lives of your allies if they're dudes, but if they're ladies, they're invincible. So it's like,
As in real life, apparently.
what a game. What a game. But at least 7,000 people are enjoying it right now. 7,000 people. Go woke, go broke. Halo bites the DEI dust again. Jonas, I feel badly right now.
What's that?
I was glad I'm glad you asked that. I was hoping you would. Jonas, it's because we currently have more than 800 people watching, about 700 on YouTube, despite the fact that notifications do not seem to have gone out. And so as we have been doing this show, viewership has been climbing and climbing and climbing, as we would hope for, right? As people realize, Pro is live. I didn't get my notification. But as I said, as we started the show and nobody knew we were on, I said that number is going to keep going up, going up, going up. But now we have to say goodbye, Jonas, to all of our friends out there, the 700 on YouTube, the more than 100 on X, where the numbers are great and we're apexing. And yet now, because I need to go see Spider-Man Brand New Day for the live show tonight, we must go away, Jonas.
Oh, you know who I think we should send our chat to? Did we set a redirect yet?
We have not.
I've got an idea. Let's send everybody to Troy Pacelli.
Oh, that is a great idea. I love that idea. That's a magnificent idea.
Go over there and tell Troy Pacelli that we said hello.
You know what? Just in time to give us his idea on that. Ron, we're ending the show. Does that sound like a good idea to send people to Troy Pacelli?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Ron. All right. So no, I'm kidding, Ron. I'm kidding. But we are ending the show. We're not joking about that because I've got to go do Spider-Man Brand New Day. And so I got to run. Ron's going to be joining us live tonight for the Spider-Man Brand New Day. Ron, let's pretend that's why you came on right now, is to pitch that. Tell the folks.
That's it. Yes.
Hey, Ron, it's at 10 p.m. tonight. Ron, tell the folks what time we're doing the live review on the Pro Channel of Spider-Man Brand New Day.
We will be doing the live review at 10 p.m. Eastern for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And boy, I'm interested to see how this goes. I got my Spider-Man shirt on.
No. Why, that's Batman. All right. Jonas, can you give us the super chats, please, sir?
Sure. 1 second. Sorry, I was setting stuff up in the background here.
I can hear your fingers just.
Yep. Albert, not a retro for $2 Canadian. Magnum PEI was an CTV skit. Oh, that's perfect.
I haven't seen it. I'm going to look it up. And we are going to do Magnum DEI now. It is going to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Culture.
One of my favorite movies was an SCTV movie, which was Strange Brew with Dave Thomas.
I'm gonna have a.
Are you sure it wasn't A Night at the Roxbury?
Take off, you hoser! That's not an SCTV movie.
No, that's the other one. The
I know
American
that.
one.
Yeah. Kenneth the Rock for $5 Canadian. Haven't you seen the remake? It's already a Magnum DEI. Did they? Oh well, it was an Asian guy, right? That's playing that.
No. I want you to use the lady that wrote the Bone and Blood thing as the lead character.
No, I mean, we're going to cover that tonight as part of the live show, but I wanted to have a guy. I want to have an ethnic guy wearing a burqa like a Hawaiian burqa, and that's been stolen from me.
Okay.
No. I think it'd be work. And I think if you make
You're
it
right.
a
We'll still
lady,
do
it's
it.
even more important. I think.
Yep. Caveat ties for $5, but that's the plan. Devalue property so the government can snatch it up, then give it away to their voter base. Any nice stuff to their cronies. It's been done before, hasn't it?
Yep. Here we go again.
Yep. Cuban Superman sends in 400 jewels, and it's an eagle. Eagle.
Eagle.
And a gold coin, and 100 jewels for Marshmallow High, and a thumbs up, and a clutch. I'm going to say it's probably clutch, not a clutch here. Party hat, and a party hat. Thank you very much for all of the stuff, Cuban Superman.
I wish we had a Superman clip, but I don't have anything set up for Superman. The only superhero we have is...
We have waited for months, mis amigos. Finally, the hero has arrived. It is the hombre of legend.
He's a man, he's a mic of a man. Everyone be a fan of Mexican Iron Man.
Well, I don't have a Superman.
Yeah, but you know what we do have for free? Kevin Freeze, who sends in a gold coin.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Let's hear. Night Wing It, member for 5 says, "Hi all, hello to you, Night Wing It."
Hello.
Hello.
Paula Beater Gamer for $5. My favorite glitch is when the invisible elites spawn, and after you take down one, the remaining 3 get a nice indicator above their heads, revealing them. So if we're talking about the game, keys literally tells you that there's invisible elites in the room when you go into that room, and all of the invisible elites with their active camo get indicators above their heads, as opposed to being terrifying, which is an emotion that you should feel when you play the game.
They're also on the radar.
Yes, there is a radar that tells you exactly where everyone is and whether or not they are above you or below you. There was some form of radar in the original game, but it's very vague. It's just to like, hey, if you can't tell something.
There's something over there.
Something over there, but they don't tell you what. Araxis for $5. Jonas is taking the Halo situation very personally. It's going to be okay, buddy. Did you see VR saying he wanted a Speedo selfie from Jonas? Weird. Oh, well. Yeah, I did see that. And I chose to not respond or give that one any boost. So
until now.
Yeah, Araxis, I will say the Halo situation is near and dear to my heart lately. And maybe more on that later. So, but Araxis gives 10 WDW Pro memberships.
What a way to end with 10.
In the neon glow we rise, electric pulse it mesmerize. You're the one who's out of this world, sweet baby. You're the one who's out of this world.
Yep. Let's see here. Mud Dragon, member for 21. I still have my Halo CE disc for PC. It's great.
Agreed.
Mine signed one of these days.
And the Halo CE disc for PC comes with extra levels, so have fun with those. Timberland is good.
Oh, cool. Blah, blah, blah. Sends in a clapping seal for 250 jewels.
Do not send us members of the View audience. We don't need those over here, okay? Keep your clapping seals. I appreciate you, but...
Yep. Kalioth for $2. Can you get Vera how to enable jewels she wants?
Oh, yeah, we'll help Vera do that. No problem.
She wants the jewels, y'all.
Yep.
Captain Fandom Nerd, member for 30. Good afternoon.
Captain, good afternoon.
And then Timu Dr. Demento for $5. Hello, pro panel and chat. Sorry, I'm late. We'll catch up on the replay. Well, I hope this is here for you at the end of your long journey to the end of the show.
That's right. You're never late. You're always on time. Every time we get to spend time together. Hope you enjoy the replay, folks. It's a great day, and it's just getting started. We are ending way earlier than usual, but it's because I'm off. I'm out of here. Ron is too. Going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day. Culture, you going to go see the film today?
Yeah, I told you that. I'm leaving too, and I might be here tonight to yell about it or praise it. We'll see.
Culture, it was rhetorical. I was just setting you up to be able to say the name of the character one more time for the audience because they love it so.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go see Spider-Man, and then we're going to do a live review at 10 p.m. Eastern.
one more time. Come on.
One more time, what?
Just the name of the name of the movie.
Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. We're done. Before we go, though, Ron, tell the folks out there where they can find you.
Follow the Bradley's Fun on YouTube, X, IG, Facebook, wherever. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Just type that in and you'll see it. Right, Nat? She knows.
That's right. Folks, you already saw the YouTube channel is Nat and the Guy. Go check it out and subscribe. You should have done so yesterday, but hey, today is better than tomorrow.
Suscríbete. Ambos.
Culture Casino, are you... We're switching over to Espanol ahora. Culture, are you releasing a That Garden Place this weekend by any chance?
I'm going to try, yeah. Well, I've been getting preempted. We've had storms since I returned, so I've been trying to get this roof repaired.
Don't
the walls
don't you even? That's the best kind of content. Is you out? Have you not Weather Channel this thing? Get out there with an umbrella or whatever. Fight the haboobs.
Videos of the haboobs. That's the thing that you took away from our visit together.
Nat, I'm sorry. Culture, will you explain one more time what a haboob is?
Who knows what a haboob is?
No one knows what a haboob is until they experience it. What is it?
It's an epic dust storm, 30,000 foot tall dust storm.
Okay. All right. See, Nat.
Never would have guessed that. What is what?
Exactly.
They're in your neck of the woods too.
I live up in the mountains.
All right.
All right.
Away from the haboobs. All right,
I have
Jonas.
an announcement, actually.
Wait.
Looks like
drum roll.
No, it's not that good of an
Okay. Go for it. What do you got?
It looks like Troy has already ended his stream.
No!
I'm going to send you over to a little channel, little one. I don't know if you've seen this one. It's a guy named Gary Beekler who's up and coming in the space.
I heard about that guy.
If we could, give him a little boost.
He's really trying. I mean, I want to support him.
And I think he's got great hair and an awesome beard. So
well, that's enough. If he takes that with him to YouTube, by golly, he's got a chance. Folks, can we go give this Gary? What did you say his name was again, Jonas?
Gary Beekler.
Well,
I'm going to see him in Vegas. Actually, he's supposedly going to be in Vegas here.
We're going to have to work on that last name. That's not catchy enough. All right, Jonas, have you got the reset set?
I do. I have.
Well, with the reset set, it's time to set our ways, folks. We'll see you real soon. Setting sail right now. Folks, don't miss it. 10 p.m. tonight. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, live review. We'll see you very soon.
The mainstream media just can't understand how it is we continue to do what we do. They don't realize that we are powered by you, and you are...
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Folks, we've still got decades and decades left in the can. It drives the mainstream mad.
Would it make you feel any better if you knew that what we're asking Matt here to do is a holy thing?
You see, we're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God.
Now you're gonna put me right back in the joint.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
So, folks, as we always say as we end each and every show here, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Every time they hit him, he stood back up again. So they hit him harder. Still, he got back to his feet. Standing man.